Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I'm here with Ben Booker from So-Trak. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. Thanks for joining us on the Business Spotlight series. So, as always, if you could start us off and give us a bit of background as to who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it for, please, Ben.
Yeah, of course. I'm Ben Booker. Obviously, I own a business called So-Trak. We're based in Wetherby, but we do nationwide work. Our predominant core business is sort of plant and vehicle tracking across the construction sector. So we are 6 years old in about 7 days' time. So I've been doing this on my own in terms of running a business since 6 years, but also worked for somebody else in the tracking industry for probably the last sort of 20. So tracking is predominantly what I did from, I'd say, 18, 19 years old to where I am now.
Fantastic. So, happy birthday, business birthday for 7 days' time, number
Yeah, thank
six.
you.
That's a great achievement. So, well done on that. In terms of going from working for somebody else or having that experience for 20 years into your own business, what was the catalyst for that?
It's a bit of an odd story, really. The catalyst was we were bought by a um, sort of really large organization that was based in Europe. When we were bought, I became European sales director of the new business. My job was to look after the European sales, as it said, but then also to make some redundancies in the Leeds-based office that we had.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, what transpired was we made quite a lot of redundancies, and then that redundancy ended up hitting my desk as well. So I wanted to set up my own business at some point, but
Yeah.
when being shown the door pretty quickly, and I was only sort of 31 at the time, and I'd just been given this fantastic new job and been there 12 months and was,
Mhm.
living the kind of real role of what a European sales director was, been in Europe a lot. I had no choice. So it was either go work for somebody else again or give it a go. So basically, sat in my living room with my wife. We were just about to have our next baby, who was due, Lewis, who was due in April. And I just said, look, I'm going to pump all the money we've got into giving this a go. Do you mind? And there it went.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a brilliant in terms of summary of just saying, right, again, gonna give it a
Oh, we just
go.
gave
So
it a go, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I'll go work for
yeah,
somebody else if it doesn't work.
yeah, no regrets. Awesome. So in terms of your business journey then, Ben, from starting out, doing that transition to where you are today, if there's one word you could use to describe it, one or two, and then expanding on it, what would that be?
Mm. There's no real book to it. It's like nobody tells you how to do it. So it's not one word,
Mhm.
but nobody tells you how to run a business. Obviously, what we do is we sell a box and it fits to a vehicle, and then you can track it. And there's lots of people that do it. The one thing that we're trying to do is be different in terms of we're like a family-run business rather than the big corporate or the big, owned by
Sure.
a bank, and build it and scale it from there. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. The word that I instantly thought of is fun. It's been fun.
Yeah,
It's
brilliant.
been, starting on my own in my bedroom, then moving into an office where there's two of us, moving into an office where there's four of us, moving into an office where there's 10 of us, and now we're
Mhm.
up to, 12 or 13. Just like how that comes around, and there is no way that it comes around. I'm not the kind of guy that's got business model slash business plan slash had to get finance from the bank. So it was literally just go do it yourself and see if it works. Uh,
Sure.
so and the first word that I thought was fun. It's been mega fun, and it is mega fun every day. Don't get me wrong, not every day is fun, but most days are fun.
Yeah.
And I have massive plans for where we want to take it over the next 5 years, which is even more fun because it's uncharted territory, really, because the business is now in a great position where we have let's say, a great brand, a great service, a great
Mhm.
model. We've got large amount of customers, we've got large amount of licenses, but how can we scale that to two, three times where we are right now? Um,
Sure.
with the same amount of staff, because obviously, usually most people say, "Oh, you get loads more staff, you get loads more sales."
Mhm.
I'm not that kind of guy. I want to do less staff, more scalability, and then grow it that way instead.
So in terms of well, your challenges and your opportunities, then you mentioned fun. Obviously, along with fun, you can have fun meeting challenges, and you can have fun as you're growing and things are going well. What have been your challenges, or what do you kind of foresee coming up, and what are the opportunities that you're going to turn those challenges into?
The biggest challenge we had was moving offices, really. Where do we position ourselves? Where do we want to be? Is it good for us? Is it, clients don't need to come to our office. So we naturally go visit a lot of our clients anyway. So that biggest challenge for me was about 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago in April next year. Where do we go that's a large enough office to supplement growth for maybe
Mhm.
10 years rather than watching other people that move offices every year.
Yeah,
I love change, but at the same time, lots of people don't. But also, when you invest so heavily in an office and whether you kit it out or not, there's so much money that goes behind that. And, you don't get that back at the end of the year. You're only making the office look good once. So I wanted to find somewhere, and we did in Wetherby, where it means that we can scale. This office could scale to 30 members of staff if need be. So we went big rather than going small to then go big, which retrospectively means that now moving forward, obviously, as we want to scale and grow, as I mentioned, that's the biggest step now. Is the biggest challenge, or the biggest bit of fun will be, is how can we go from X turnover or X amount of clients to
yeah,
the next and the next and the next. And like I say, there's nobody that really tells you how to do it. We need to make, obviously everybody wants to make money, but there's no certain amount of money that you need to make or anything like that. It's just sell as many boxes as you can and see where it ends at the end of the year, sort of thing.
fantastic. So in terms of that growth challenge, then what is it? You seem like someone who has pretty clear in your head where you're going
Yeah.
and the questions to sort of ask in the way, I suppose, that you want to grow. And so the answers will come by saying, right, well, this is how I want to do it. And then let's see the answers that come. Is that something that you delegate to your team? How do
Yeah, I
you?
mean, so fundamentally, yeah, the biggest part of the growth right now is um I've got a lady called Holly who's like our head of operations. And Holly has been here. She was the first employee and she's now head of the operations. She basically runs the business, right? So she basically does everything that the business needs to do apart from the selling side of it. That's the only
Mhm.
thing she probably can't do. But she buys the equipment, she makes sure the office is open every day, she makes sure that we've got all insurances, all of those fundamental things that the business needs. I very rarely get involved in any of that. So we have a great support mechanism there. What we don't have though is an underlying other parts of the group where we've got like a head of sales or a head
Mhm.
of finance or a head of commercial. If we get that big, then that's where I'd like to take it. So the biggest challenge for me on this now next growth spurt is we've got sort of 4 or 5 people in the sales team, and I'm very heavily involved in that still, going out meeting clients, and that's our USP, and I want to continue that. But
Yeah,
finding someone that then will become that person that runs the head of sales and then head of finance, and then all of a sudden we've got a big organization that maybe only has 15, 60 members of staff, but we've got some really key management people in play,
sure.
that can be delegated that information to. I do very, a lot of what Holly does is, yes, she runs the show, and I
Mhm.
just come in every day and make sure that everything, should be where it should be, in essence,
Fantastic.
or go visit clients and do that side.
Yeah, yeah. Good share. Everything, every growing business needs a Holly kind of, kind
Absolutely.
of person.
I said, the business wouldn't be where it is right now if she had not joined. It would be,
Yeah,
um, maybe not as big. I don't know. You never know, do you? You don't know those things.
yeah.
But she came in at the right time. She changed some processes really well. She's grown with her business. She's grown from, booking installs into now having 2 people that do that underneath her, with an
Mhm.
accounts team underneath her, with a customer success team underneath her. And, she's got the empathy to run a really great team and a large team, which means that she can scale with us.
Excellent. Yeah, that's it's really kind of key in terms of that delegation, that support, and having people you can trust running your business.
She's
Right.
absolutely I always say it, my wife knows it. She's my work wife. She's my work wife at work who I can trust to know that she's got the best interests of the business and me, but more importantly, the
Yeah.
business, because
And
this,
in terms of your biggest lesson, Ben, to get to this point for the business, what would that be on reflection?
just give it a go. I know it's not really a lesson as such, but just give it a go.
Yeah,
I always say to people, why not give it a go? We need more entrepreneurs in the UK. We need more people that want to, give it a go themselves and not,
mhm.
not always follow all the time. But it's one of those things. If you don't give it a go, you know, what's the worst that can happen, really? You can always go
You'll
work for
learn.
somebody else again, can't you? You can always
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back to go forward, or you can always go forward to go back. It'd be very difficult to obviously go work for someone now after you've done it for so long and you enjoy it so much, and you're so passionate. And I'm very driven and passionate about what I do, and I like being able to make the decisions myself, and all of those kind of things. But I would always say the biggest thing for me is give it a go, get out there, see what you can do, go create a business, and go earn some money.
Excellent. And you've, through that process, you've understood more about yourself. When you say about, this is what I like doing, this is what I'm good at, and having had that experience, then what work you choose to do afterwards, if it doesn't quite work out, you've got a clear understanding of who you are and what you like and what challenges there are out there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I've obviously changed massively as a person owning a business over the last 6 years. My
Yeah.
demeanor, my you know way that I deal with clients, way that I deal with employees. A lot of it changes when it's yours. It's not you're not doing it for somebody else now. You're doing it for yourself. You want these people to turn up every Monday and stay there till Friday and not complain about what they're doing and work really hard for you.
So, in terms of the inspiration for what you do in getting out of bed each morning and wanting to go to work, what is that for you?
Two things really. Obviously the old corny family.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got a 9-year-old, 5-year-old wife, brilliant wife, really supportive family that I've got a really strong network behind me. And the most important thing for me is the reason why I did it and the reason why I do it every day is I want to make something for myself. So I don't want to be given anything. I don't want to be, you were given this or you given that, or I want to go out there and say that I did that. And then obviously naturally from that comes with financial security or nice house or nice car, whatever it is. But predominantly giving the kids the ability to see someone that's successful. So, my kids come in regularly. Every holiday, we just put a fish
nice.
tank in the office because we didn't want them at home. So we've got a 125 litre fish tank downstairs. They came in on Monday, put some fish in it, and they come in every week, every holiday and see the team.
Yeah.
And my son said to me on the way home, he's 9, he's a very clever kid. He said, Dad, you must really enjoy going to work because those people at work are really fun. They're really nice people. And that is like something that money can't buy that. That culture,
Yeah.
I know, again, going back to it, but the two things is family and the culture of what we do as a business. And then secondly is the people that are within the business. So,
Mhm.
having seen redundancies, having seen that kind of what happened previously to where we want to go now is these 12 people, I'm only as good as them. I can only be as big as they want us to be as well. So if we go on the ride and the journey together, then hopefully at the end of it, everybody's enjoyed it, everybody's had fun, and everybody says, "Oh, do you know that guy was quite a fun guy to work for?" And
Yeah.
I see a lot of business owners that have sold businesses now or sold businesses previously where they go back and get their talent that they had previously and they go work for them again,
Mhm.
and that's quite cool to look at from the outside, really, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
it means they've done something right. That they've watched and learned from that visionary person, and they want to go back and do it again.
Excellent. A good example of leadership there, from the youngsters right through to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Like it. Thank you for that. So, in terms of any advice for someone just starting out in business, based on your experience, what would that be?
Don't be scared to make mistakes. Don't be scared to say no. Don't be scared to say yes.
Mhm.
Um, there's no rule book. There's no way to do it. There's no definitive right answer or wrong answer. Do it your way, and just if you do it your own way, and that's the way I decided to do it. If you do it your own way, and if it works, you did it, and if it doesn't, then you did it your own way, and it didn't work anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Um, so that's the advice I would say.
I like it. You're giving yourself the freedom to have a go without kind of getting too distracted about the what ifs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Nice one. So, in terms of lastly of sharing latest news about what you guys are up to, or even as a case of sharing your website, if people would like to get in touch with you, have an inquiry, feel free to share that now.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing now is we've just built a new cloud-based platform. So we are now in the process of the software that we drive and the software that's behind all of the kind of boxes that you buy online, that's now been redeveloped. So we've got kind of version 1 and version 2. Really important. It's GDPR compliant, it's scalable, it's one of those things that makes us vastly different to other competitors in the market too. You can get that on, you can reach out to us direct or go to our website, which is www.so-trak without the C, so trak.co.uk, and just give us a call and we can see if we can help.
Brilliant. Thanks, Ben. I will, or we will put the information on the copy underneath the video to share that. And it's been really good talking with you. Thank you for sharing all that you have. And I wish you all the best and a happy birthday for 7 days' time for your 6th birthday in business.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for letting me on and sharing the view of what it was to create So-Trak and where we got to now.
Excellent. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.